20 years at the corner of Sands Avenue and the Boulevard, and more 5-star awards than anybody else. Wynn Las Vegas does everything right. The design, the ambiance, the dining, the gaming, the spectacle, and the sheer beauty of the place.
Not to mention the shopping. All the couture brands from around the world are at the Wynn.
So get ready, because this adventure starts right now.
On April 28th, the Wynn Las Vegas officially celebrated 20 years in operation on the Strip. We'll talk more about the birthday bash later, but today, after not visiting here in a while, we're going to remind ourselves, and you, just why this place deserves all those awards. Out of the car and down at street level, let's check out the neighborhood. Across Sands, the Palazzo. And behind that screen of trees, the Wynn. Opposite on Las Vegas Boulevard, there's the Fashion Show Mall. That statement marquee, and the 45-story bronze-tinted tower. Who remembers that first commercial Steve Wynn did back in 2005 when he famously said,
"I'm Steve Wynn, and this is my new hotel, the only one I've ever signed my name to." Can I get down now?
Before we go in, another big shout out to the pedestrian bridges that make getting across these busy intersections no more than a simple and safe sightseeing excursion. And let's all say hello to the Sphere. Hard to remember when this spectacular attraction wasn't a part of the Las Vegas landscape. Unlike other Steve Wynn properties, this one doesn't feature a splashy curbside attraction. Instead, the sparkling lake, the trees, and landscaping manage to shield the building itself from the Strip and entice you to come around for a closer look. The mountain was the brainchild of Steve and Elaine Wynn when they were designing the resort. It's 100 feet tall, is planted with 1,500 trees, and serves as a huge privacy screen for everything beyond it. The waterfall is one of the most popular picture spots in town. Right here is the closest entrance to the Wynn, taking you in through the Esplanade shops. But today, we're gonna go in the front door. This entrance is just north of the mountain, the valet drop-off, and the closest to hotel registration. A number of articles have been written lately because of the 20th year anniversary, and they remind us of all the reasons why Wynn Las Vegas is a superior experience. This atrium is high on that list. Interior designer Roger Thomas called this evocatecture, using design and architecture to evoke emotion. Throughout the Wynn, you'll find open spaces, natural light, and lots of floral and nature-inspired elements. The atrium borrows from the Bellagio Conservatory with large swaths of brilliant colored blooms appropriate to the season and fairy lights in the trees to add a little magic. Our favorite structure in the garden is over here, where you'd land if you had arrived via the Esplanade. This carousel is a bit of whimsy that doesn't seem to belong in a sophisticated casino resort, and yet it's perfect. Let's pretend we're checking in and head to registration. But wait, this captured Paula's attention, and she struck up a conversation with the craftsman doing the repair. It takes a lot of love and care, not to mention skill, to keep a busy resort looking as fresh and new as the day it opened. Hotel registration is a large space featuring marble flooring and earth tones, a statement chandelier, and unbelievably, fresh lilacs here in the Southwest Desert. For all the times we have been here, we never noticed this, a terrace right off the lobby that leads out to the Lake of Dreams. From this vantage point, you can just make out the steakhouse patio, the aft cocktail deck, the screen where the show happens, some of those 1,500 trees, and a lovely quiet terrace. What a gem of a spot! Speaking of Lake of Dreams, there may be no better spot to watch the show than right here at Bar Parasol. That is some spectacular window right there. It's not open yet today, but Bar Parasol is probably best viewed from the top down, where you can really appreciate the parasols suspended from the ceiling. The bar offers champagne and cocktails and caviar-inspired small bites. Paula and I enjoyed drinks at the aft cocktail deck a couple of years ago, and I have to say they really nailed that cool yachting vibe out here. The lake spans 3 acres and is surrounded by the mountain. Every half hour at dusk, guests are treated to a projection show featuring state-of-the-art sound, lighting, and imagery. Plus, a 30-foot-long frog who sings and dances. Back indoors, and a peek inside a gorgeous bar that was once called Parasol Up. It's the Overlook Lounge these days and is an ode to European glamour with opulent furnishings and jewel-toned colors. If it had been open, Paula definitely would have stopped in. Our intention today is to walk the whole property, all the public areas, and I don't think we have ever been down this hallway. At the end of it is a Japanese dining establishment called Mizumi. Fresh fish is flown in daily from Japan, and in here they proudly say food is art. Down these intriguing steps, pun intended, is an intimate lounge called the Living Room at Intrigue. It's only open Friday and Saturday nights, but what a setting for a cocktail. All right, we are finally ready to make our way back from the front side of the resort and into the casino. Between Wynn and Encore, there are more than 191,000 square feet of gaming. The number varies depending where we look. But regardless, that makes it the biggest casino in Las Vegas. You just can't help but notice the stunning ceiling architecture and lighting in the casino. This, my friends, is unmatched anywhere else in town. For sports fans, Charlie's Sports Bar is a must-stop. Just check out the views of those wall-to-wall screens in the sports book from every seat. Plus, the menu features all-American favorites like these Charlie's sliders. Rewatching this clip makes me want an order right now.
and passion fruit iced tea.
Nothing but the best.
But the best for us. I'll tell you, and the people here are so nice.
Everyone who works here, big thumbs up. Kudos to all of them. All right, we're going to eat. Bye.
Now here's a couple of eateries on the casino floor to draw your attention. Red 8 serves a menu of Asian specialties, noodle dishes, dim sum, and barbecue. And what a gorgeous room, and definitely red. Allegro is Wynn's ever-popular Italian cuisine dining spot, and when we say popular, we mean it. The website says they serve more than 250,000 guests a year. We've dined here many times, most recently in August of last year during our encore stay.
Mega meatball, and I have 2 of them, and rigatoni as well. I am such a sucker for a handmade meatball.
Speaking of that, down this hallway is how you reach the Encore Resort from the Wynn. We hope you saw our staycation video from 2024, cause we had a ball at Encore. Worth a mention here is the house production show called Awakening. It opened in November of 2022 and is an 80-minute spectacular featuring illusions, music, dance, and puppetry. One thing we like about Wynn is how these hallways branch off the main casino and lead to, well, let's go find out. This particular one first takes us to the lobby of the Wynn Tower Suites. This spacious area has turned into a favorite gathering spot for guests and business travelers with a vibe that suggests a sophisticated living room. Now this morning, the Tower Suites bar is serving breakfast items. But at 11, the stools come back out and they switch to a traditional bar. Now that is the best of both worlds. If you've stayed at Tower Suites, maybe you've come in this way through this enchanted space filled with tropical plants and koi ponds. No practical reason for this except to just be surrounded by exotic beauty as you arrive at the Wynn. A few years ago, we stayed at the Tower Suites and did a room tour. At that time, the decor was elegant and classy with a very subdued and neutral color scheme. But one thing Wynn does is constantly update their design. And already, those rooms have been redone with more vibrant pops of color. Our view out the window showed the true scale of the mountain. That thing is massive. Just to the left of the Tower Suites front desk is access to the pool deck. During our stay, we spent time at both the Tower Suites pool and the larger and more lively Wynn pool. And both provided a superb resort escape. For poolside dining, we have to recommend Tableau. You can enjoy breakfast, brunch, or lunch indoors or out by the pool. And the food selections are fresh and healthy. FYI, this same spot, Tableau, is where the 4 Sixes Ranch Steak experience happens in the evenings.
Good morning, everyone. We are at our first morning here at the Wynn, and we are eating at Tableau, which actually is right outside the private pool for all us folks who are staying in the suite towers. And I ordered some berries and cream, and Paula ordered steel-cut oats, and it's going to be a lovely morning. Cheers.
Beyond the Tower Suites lobby are 3 other venues of note. Wing Li is the only Chinese restaurant in the country to have received a Michelin star. The menu is Cantonese and Szechuan, and the dining room decor is inspired by Chinese jewel boxes. What a setting! Delilah is the Wynn's answer to the classy supper club. It opened in 2021 and features dining, cocktails, and live entertainment. On past the restaurants is the Wynn's convention space and the wedding salons. You have to marvel at the sheer beauty of it just traveling from point A to point B. It so happens that we attended the wedding of some friends of ours a few months ago and were able to capture a little peek at one of the elegant Wynn wedding salons. They offer full services, including wedding planning and packages. Yet another hallway, this one called the Fairway Esplanade. First stop is the famous Wynn Buffet, what our connoisseur Paula will say is the best on the Strip. Wynn is a superior buffet experience with 16 separate food kitchens and cuisines from around the globe. The seating areas go on forever, and the fresh color and plantings evoke the feeling of dining in a garden. Wynn Buffet is a can't miss.
And I got some eggs, bacon, sausage, and a couple of other fun things that we're going to try together. So let's get started on breakfast, round one.
Now this is interesting. Famed audio entertainment company SiriusXM has partnered with Wynn in this 1,700 square foot studio where they broadcast music, sports, and more. And we can all watch.
To Wynn, I'm obviously in the beautiful studio here at the Wynn Las Vegas, and the show, as always, is brought to you by...
We've never gone to La Cave, but it's an enticing spot. It was just redone last year and features an exceptional collection of wines as well as shareable plates. Last stop on the Fairway Esplanade is another popular spot, especially right now. It's 10:15 a.m. on Friday, and the Terrace Point Cafe is doing a booming business for breakfast. The cafe is open from 7 to 3 every day and offers both indoor dining and al fresco out on the patio. All right, let's talk shopping. This is called the Wynn Esplanade, an avenue of designer boutiques that actually opened with the resort back in 2005. The Esplanade encompasses more than 76,000 square feet of retail, featuring the world's most coveted labels. Tell you what, we'll just settle for window shopping on this trip. Now, just to orient yourself, the walkway's other end is out at the Strip, the entry doors across from the pretty lake we saw earlier in the video. In case you didn't find the brand you were looking for, head this way. In 2018, Wynn unveiled another 70,000 square foot retail space called the Plaza Shops. As with all the other areas of the resort, original art is prominently featured. The arrows and flowers neon sign marks the entry to the shops from the casino side. The Wynn Plaza Shops is home to 25 upscale retailers in a 2-level, architecturally stunning space. Being honest here, a lot of these designer names weren't as familiar to us as the ones in the Esplanade, but no doubt they are exclusive. Here at this corner is another art piece simply called Tulips. It's made of stainless steel and coated in colors that pop. By far, this is the spot that draws all the patrons in the Plaza Shops, Earth Cafe. Earth Cafe is renowned for its organic selections, coffees and teas, and lots of healthy living items including vegan and gluten-free. The centerpiece is a hand-tiled fountain surrounding an olive tree. Tell you what, whatever they're selling, everybody is buying. As we head down from the second floor to ground level, hey, there's the Strip. We are about a block further north than we were when we started this morning, just past Wynn's main driveway, and here is the direct entry from the Strip into the shops. It has a long frontage along the east side of Las Vegas Boulevard. In fact, it actually spans the space between Wynn and its sister property, Encore. Some of you may wonder how a huge 35-acre parcel right along the resort corridor remains undeveloped. How can that be? Turns out the land belongs to Wynn, and in fact was once envisioned as a new expansion called Wynn West. There is an active building permit that extends to April of 2026. Stay tuned. We'll see if anything happens with it. Okay, friends? To wrap things up, our camera gal had a plan to enjoy a cocktail at Wynn's newest watering hole off the casino, the B Bar. It's meant to be the gathering spot for meetups, rendezvous, and the perfect old-fashioned. But though we love the mahogany and the crystal, it was just too doggone crowded. Plan B. Across the hall was the pastry counter with its display case full of fresh-made goodies. She bought a cheese Danish for $7 and backtracked to the Tower Suites bar for a $15 Bellini in a too large plastic cup. Call it a power snack to fuel her for the long trip home, and a nice way to end the visit.
Hi there, friends. It is current Dale and Paula sitting at the old kitchen counter.
And we're going to talk about this birthday party down there for the Wynn, right?
Yeah, you might have seen there was a lot of news coverage. You might have even seen that really nice video they made and put on YouTube. But basically, they celebrated everyone that has been with them for the whole 20 years. And out of the 12,000 or so employees, almost 1,700 are still there.
You know what I think I'll do? I think I'll put a link to that video down in the description box so that you can watch it yourself. It's actually for the employees, but boy, it's a really great video.
It's beautifully done. It's 22 minutes long, so check it out.
Yeah, I'll put the link down there in the description box.
But they did a great thing for the employees. I'm sure you might have heard this. Everybody got $10,000 worth of Wynn stock, so now they're all part owners.
Gotta love that.
They had a huge party at Allegiant Stadium with red carpet and a sit-down dinner and entertainment by Pitbull. I mean, it was really classy. But what would you expect out of Wynn? Nothing but class.
And we are so excited that Wynn is still in business and it's still its own private property. We just love that because I think Las Vegas is turning into a little bit of a monopoly.
We talk about this all the time between Caesars and MGM, and it's nice to really give a plug to the other players that aren't Caesars and MGM.
All right, let me tell you a little story. About, what was it, 20 years ago?
About 20 years ago.
About 20 years ago. We were standing in line at the Stardust to go see Stephen Eady. I had just finished my show over at the Westward Ho. Paula came and met me, and we're standing in line. Well, guess what? These people come in, and everybody was talking about them. And this lady walks in front of me, steps right on my foot as hard as she can, and I said, "Whoa, excuse me," and she just kept walking. It was Steve Wynn's wife.
It was Steve and Elaine Wynn.
Yeah, it was Steve and Elaine.
We were this close.
We were that close to them. They were getting ushered in. They were in line, but when people saw who they were, they took them out of line, and boy, boo, right over and right on my foot. I still have pain in that toe. No, I'm kidding.
She just passed away. Be kind.
No, I'm not. We're R.I.P. Very sorry to see that she did pass away, but that's just a little story that we did have. And I'll tell you, everybody in line laughed. It was hilarious.
It was really, and obviously it made an impression on us. We're still talking about it all these years later.
Yeah.
His name is still on the building. He's no longer in charge, but what the heck? Steve and Elaine Wynn left their mark on that place everywhere.
Absolutely.
They truly did. Anyway, one more thing I wanted to say. I spent, as you know, when I do these walkabouts, I spend a lot of time on the property. So many employees engaged with me and wished me a great day and asked if I needed anything, that I felt like I was in Disneyland by the fourth or fifth one. Huge thumbs up to that staff at the Wynn. They are unparalleled.
All right. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Don't forget to hit that notification button. Anything else you want to tell these nice people, Miss Paula? And I'm going to have something I want to say as well.
Okay. Our pal Rich, he's a Patreon, and I think he's one of those 20-year veterans of the Wynn. He's the one that made sure we went over there for anniversary week, so thank you, Rich.
Yeah, and I also want to say that we did not do a video last week, and I know we've been a little sporadic about that, but I think we're going to do a live stream and try to set everything in order to tell you exactly what's been going on. All I have to say is this year has been one heck of a year so far.
Yeah, and not all of it good.
No. All right. I hope you had a good time. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye, everybody.
Everyone.